Hello, investors. How are you all doing today? Today's going to be a video of what stocks I have chosen to invest in my journey currently. So, with that said, let's jump right into it. There are three stocks I decided to invest in this first month. I'm not going to be investing in a lot of stocks, like 30, 40, 50 stocks. Going to be investing into about 6 stocks in the beginning, at least this first year. Hopefully, this first year I'll stick to just 6 stocks. But for sure, I already know what 6 stocks I'll be investing in. But right now, we'll be going over the first three and why I have chosen these three. And the three is Coca Cola, AT&T, and Walgreens Boots Alliance. And the Walgreens Boots Alliance is that actual Walgreens drugstore. So let's go through them. Starting with Coca Cola. The reason I chose Coca Cola is because it's something called an aristocrat dividend. So let's look up aristocrat dividend. And aristocrat dividend is simply meaning it has paid correct. CRAT. He has paid dividends for an extended amount of time. So the dividend aristocrats are okay. So even though this is like another investment, S&P 500 dividend aristocrats, it gives the definition of what is the dividend aristocrat. So the dividend aristocrats are S&P 500. They don't. I don't think they have to be in the S&P 500 specifically. And S&P 500, if you all don't know, I realize for a lot of people that are coming to this channel, the alluring thing for them is learning how to you're interested and you want to learn. So what the S&P 500 is, the S&P stands for Standard and Poor's. Standard and Poor's is a rating company that rates businesses on a credit, how credit worthy businesses and I believe institutions are. So that is exactly what they are. Another one is Moody's. If you look at the movie The Big Short, I think they went to um, one of the rating agencies. If you pay attention, they went to was either Moody's or Standard and Poor's. I believe it was Moody's, but not to get lost in the weeds. S&P 500 is Standard and Poor's 500 biggest companies in America. 500 of the of America's biggest companies. So S&P 500. It's just an index that follows the biggest, largest companies in America. Companies can be moved in and out. It's not static, it's dynamic. Companies can be moved in and out. So the dividend aristocrats are S&P 500 index constituents that have increased their dividend payouts for 25 consecutive years or more. So a dividend aristocrat is simply a company that has increased their dividends for 25 consecutive years. Now for Coca-Cola has increased their dividends for 56 years. So double plus 6, the definition to be labeled a dividend aristocrat. So actually, let's look up Coca-Cola and hmm, I forgot how to spell it. Coca-Cola, and let's see about Coca-Cola. Let's block that. Don't want to know my location. So Coca-Cola A has the logo of Coca-Cola is indistinguishable from anywhere, anything. They've been around since 1888, I believe. So they've been around for over 1886. They've been around for over 100 years. A lot of our grandparents were not even born then. So Coca-Cola has been around for at least 4 to 5 generations, maybe 6. It's a long time, very long time. They have brand loyalty, cannot doubt that. They have brand recognition. And let's go to Coca-Cola.com and see. Actually, this is the global heads website. Let's go to Coca-Cola, see what products that they have. So our brands are Coca-Cola, Coke Zero, Coke Life, the different flavors. And let's see here. Let's go to Coca-Cola. I know they own other. They got Coke Cinnamon now, limited. I haven't drank any Coca-Cola in a while, and actually I haven't drank any. I'm from the Midwest, so we say pop. I understand a lot of people say soda, but I haven't drank any pop in months. When I say months, I actually mean months. So let's say Coca-Cola products, but the Coca-Cola Cinnamon sounds tempting, I would say. So these brands include Diet Coke, Coca-Cola Zero, Fanta, Sprite, Dasani, Water, Vitamin Water, Powerade, Minute Maid, Simply, Del Valle, Georgia, and Gold Peak. Those are the iced teas, sweet teas, through the world's largest beverage distribution system. We are the #1 provider of both sparkling and still beverages. So that is coming from, what's the source? Worldofcoca-cola.com. So although that is from their own site, you quick overview, they have brand recognition, brand loyalty, and so forth. Now, as far as their payout ratio is, let's say this. Let's say, let me stick this calculator up here. Payout ratio is simple. Let's say Coca-Cola gets $1 billion in revenue per year, right? Since Coca-Cola is a dividend company, how much of that $1 billion will be paid to dividend uh, stockholders in terms of dividends? 76%. So you multiply 1 billion times 76%. Obviously, going to be 760 million because you've been working with numbers for quite a long time. Kind of discover patterns. So it's going to be 760 million of the total number, the total amount, 76% of the total amount in revenue, net revenue they receive is going to be paid to dividend investors. So if you hover over the question mark, they say the dividend payout ratio is used to examine if a company earnings can support the current dividend payout amount. And then it says click here and learn more. The website I'm at is called dividend.com. It's one of the websites a lot of dividend investors go to learn and get a lot of more information on dividends. So that's high. You really want to go between no more than, I'll say no more than 50. 20 and 50 is a good sweet spot. 20 and 50, this is high. But since Coca-Cola has been paying their dividends for so long, been in business for so long, me personally, I do not foresee them going defunct. Now, I will say this. You are a dividend aristocrat until you're no longer a dividend aristocrat, meaning there's no process in which you are kicked out of not being a dividend aristocrat or being labeled a dividend aristocrat anymore. There's no process. So you are a dividend aristocrat until you're no longer, when you stop paying, you're no longer a dividend aristocrat. That's it. Now the dividend yield is 3%, meaning 3% of the price. 3% of the price is a dividend yield. That's good. 3%. Yearly inflation is between, I want to say 1.5 and 2.5. It's a good range. without looking it up, I don't want to make this video too long for you all, but a quick Google search, Google is your friend. A quick Google search will um, give you what the yearly American inflation rate is. It's between 1.5 to 2.5. Now, 3% dividend not only keeps up with inflation, but it surpasses it. So you're getting more money. So if you don't know, inflation rate is last year. You had let's clear this. Last year you had $1. You were able to purchase X amount of products at a grocery store for that dollar. The next year, so let's multiply 1 times 2.5%. Let's see. I don't think that's right. Anyway, that doesn't negate from the lesson. Uh, Next year, let's say due to inflation, you your dollar is only worth 90 cents. Let's put a period there. 90 cents. And you're not able to buy as much. You're not able to buy as much. The next year, your dollar is only worth 85 cents. You're even able to buy less. That's why you have pay increases and so forth per year to keep up with inflation, meaning the price of goods inflates more year to year to year. Now, if the inflation is 1.5 to 2.5% and you have a dividend yield of 3%, that means not only are you keeping up with inflation, but you're exceeding it. So your dollar, your buying power is always going to be more. You're always going to have at least 0.5%. You're going to always have that cushion of you're going to able to buy 0.5% more, or a buying power of 0.5% per whatever that inflation is that year. Now, if this price goes down to $25, this dividend yield goes up. So this dividend yield is relative to the price. So the price goes up to 75, this dividend yield goes down. So it's pretty easy. I think I'll do another video on that. Forgot the name of the website. It's another great website. I think is what is it? Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. I can't remember. So dividend yield is the relation between a stock annual dividend payout and its current stock price. It's an orange site. I can't remember. I can't remember. So up here are some clickable items up here. Click on dividend history. It'll jump down to the dividend history. Coca Cola pays out every quarter, meaning every 4 months per year, every 2 months. So that'll be January, uh, April, July, and October. So I chose these first three because I'm building a dividend ladder. Dividend ladder is something where you structure your investments where you get paid every month. That's the goal for me, at least. So they pay 40 cents. So for every stock you hold, you get for every share of Coca-Cola you hold, you get 40 cents. So that is how that works. And I implore you to go to this website, play around with it. It's not intimidating at all. It's more, what is this? Click on it and you read it. Oh, okay. What is this? Click on it and you read it. Okay. Go to tools and you say, monthly income generated, and you can play with it. It's more user friendly than a lot of maybe other websites that talk about these things. Seeking Alpha. That's the name of the website. Seeking Alpha. That was yeah. Now let's jump to AT&T. Now AT&T. So rule of thumb is if you have a stock, if you have a stock that pays every quarter, only thing you have to pay for is for only thing you have to look out for is the first 3 months: January, February, March. Coca-Cola is January, AT&T is February, and Walgreens Boots Alliance is March, because they'll then repeat themselves April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So the first 3 months you're good. Just what pays in January, what pays in February, what pays in March, and then the process will repeat themselves every 3 months um, for the rest of the year. So for AT&T, let's go through those numbers real quick since we have an understanding. Their payout ratio is 57.68%, a little bit, well, much lower than what Coca Cola was, which was 76%, but still a little bit above the sweet spot of 20 to 30%. Now, the reason I look past that is not only is AT&T, it's also a Dividend Aristocrat, blue chip company, so forth and so forth. New technology, fourth industrial revolution, 5G, uh, Wi-Fi capabilities. AT&T is going to be is since they're a telecom service, they're in the telecom service industry. This is their industry. Coca-Cola is in the beverages software industry. 5G, new technology. Me personally, I foresee AT&T taking part in that, building out the infrastructure in America of 5G technology and so forth. Their dividend yield is 5.42%. So I know it's a little high. You want to be between 3 and 5%. So the payout ratio, you want to be between 20 and 50%. Dividend yield, you want to be between 3 and 5%. But there are outliers such as AT&T because of what they're capable of doing. And since their payout ratio is low, they're able to pay this 5.42%. And remember, the dividend yield is relative to the price. So because the price is such as what it is, $37, it's 5.42%. If the price were to go up to $45, then this may go to 5.00%. Obviously, it's going to go down. The price go up, dividend go down, price go down, dividend goes up. I know it's confusing right now, but as you play along with the site, it's pretty much, after you play around with it over and over again, it sinks in easy. It sinks in a lot easier. So another thing I didn't go over was the annualized payout. So annualized payout is $2.04 per year per share. So per year you'll get $2.04. I know in the beginning that doesn't sound appealing, but as time goes on, over a long protracted amount of time, that actually becomes very enticing. Believe it or not, believe it or not. So for Coca-Cola, the payout ratio is $1.60. 160 divided by 4, as we've seen, is 40 cents. I can already tell you $2.04 divided by 4 is 51 cents, because I am a dividend investor and I know what AT&T is. And that is not including yearly. Remember, inflation rate, 1.5, 2.5%, at the most 3% per year, at the most, at the most. You want to either keep up or surpass inflation. This 5.42% dividend yield will definitely keep you ahead of inflation. And every year, because these are dividend aristocrat stocks, AT&T increased their dividend 34 years in a row. AT&T has increased their dividends so much, uh, many years in a row, that this 34 years of age is older than a lot of people. Let's listen to this right now. I'm a little bit older than that, like a log's throw away older than 34. If you're trying to throw a log, you can't throw it too far. So, but Coca-Cola, my mother is younger than this. Coca Cola has increased their dividends for so long that it's a continuous number of years older than my mother. AT&T, I'm a little bit older than AT&T in terms of their consecutive years of their dividends being increased. So that's what we're looking at to put it in context. So that's AT&T. And our last one, well, my last one, I don't want to persuade you. I'm just giving you what I'm going through to vet what I'm investing in is Walgreens Boots Alliance. And like I said earlier, Google is your friend. Only thing you have to do is highlight. Oh, I keep forgetting the E. So what you want to do is highlight and say boom. You have to say boom. And then you right click and search Google for what you just highlighted. And then say boom again. So Walgreens Boots Alliance is an American holding company headquartered in Deerfield, Illinois that owns Walgreens, Boots, and a number of pharmaceutical manufacturing, wholesale, and distribution companies. Wow. The number of employees is 415,000 per last year, 2018. So let's go to its subsidiary. So we're going to click Control and subsidiary so it can pop up in another tab. We don't want to get rid of this tab yet. It's a little tidbit. So they own Walgreens, Boots UK, Dwayne Reed. I didn't know they own Dwayne Reed. That's a more, I'm in the Midwest, so Dwayne Reed's more of an East Coast New York type of drugstore. Alliance Health, they own Alliance Healthcare, Alliance RX, Walgreens, Prime, Happy Henry, Andre Norzan. Never heard of them. Skills in Healthcare. A lot of these places you can actually click on and see what they're all about individually, but for the sake of time, that is what they have. Excuse me. That's what they're invested in. Revenue per year is 131.5 billion. So of that revenue, how much is the payout ratio? Now you see where we're getting here. You're starting to learn. You're starting to learn. 30.55%, which means they have the money in the bank to pay you a 3.04% dividend yield per year. Per every year per share, you get a payout ratio of $1.83. So without going to, well, what's $1.83? How much I'm getting every 4 months? So 183 divided by 4. You're going to be getting 45 cents. Let's say 45. So 45.75 per quarter. And if you own two, let's say times 2, you're going to get almost $1. So you see how quick that adds up, and that's not including the yearly pay raises you get just for holding the stock. Yes, you do get yearly pay raises for holding the stock on top of whatever job you may own. So your job pays you, give you a pay raise. Your stocks, your companies you own, portions in, give you a pay raise. That's how it works. That's literally. I know you're smiling right now. I know you're smiling. When I found this information out, I smiled too. I did. That's literally how it works. So let's say AT&T gives you a 3% pay raise. Coca-Cola gives you a 3% pay raise. Walboots Alliance gives you, let's be modest, 2% pay raise. Yes, that's what you're seeing. Now let's add all of these up. Let's add all of these dividend yields up. So we got 3 plus what's this here? 3 plus 5.4%, well, 42% plus, I believe it was 3, right? 3 even? Yep, 3.04 even. All right, 3.04. So that's 11.46, and you're going to divide it by, guess what? 3. So you're getting 3.82% average dividend yield per year. Does that keep up with inflation? Well, like I said earlier, Google is your friend. So the browser I'm using here is, I know people are going to ask that, it's called a Brave browser. It's I'm into cryptocurrency also, so yeah. Um, I'll leave a link in the description. Maybe not in this video, but in later videos, because I'll always be using this browser. So where's I going? Yearly American inflation. Let's see that keyword to bring it up. So the annual inflation rate for the United States is 1.8% for the 12 months ending in October 2019, compared to 1.7% previously, according to U.S. Labor Department data published on November 13, 2019. Wait, how said previously when the month came after? Let's read that again. The annual inflation rate for the United States is 1.8% for the 12 months ended October 2019, compared to 1.7% previously, according to U.S. Labor Department data published. Okay, so the data was published November 13th, but previous inflation was 1.7%, now it's 1.8%. Now, you're keeping up with inflation, buddy. If I'm not telling you what to invest in, this is what I'm going to be investing in. In my next video, I'm going to be showing you that I have invested into this because as of right now, let's see if the website is still open. It's not. So at the beginning of the video, it showed zero. I have a zero balance. I'm going to be investing $100. So I'm going to be investing in those three stocks, which are Coca Cola, AT&T, Walgreens Boots Alliance. All are Dividend Aristocrat companies. All fit within my say surface criteria. Oops. Surface criteria. You saw the back end there. It's a little bit more in-depth knowledge that I do, in-depth information. And yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. So thank you for tuning in. Also, like I said, I didn't say, but I'm saying it. Hit the like button if you like it. Uh, Subscribe and hit the notification bell. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.